Joe Biden moved quickly to undo key policies of the Trump administration, including ending a ban on travel from some Muslim-majority countries. To talk more about this is Ahmed Rehab, executive director of the not-for-profit Muslim civil rights organization CAIR-Chicago. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
It's a pleasure to be on with you. Thank you.
Yeah, first I want to get your reaction. What was going through your mind when you heard of the news?
We were related. We knew that he had promised on the campaign trail that this would be one of the first executive orders he would sign, which is interesting because Trump's executive order was one of the first that he signed to ban Muslims from coming into this country through the travel ban that he had. So this was the right correction of history, and we're looking forward to more corrections of the type of discriminatory policies that Trump had put forward.
Now, this was a controversial ban. Tell us how many people were barred from entering the United States, and then how did your organization respond?
Millions of people were affected by this ban, and they included people who would come to this country for all the right reasons, to visit family who are sick and perhaps dying, to get hospitalized themselves and seek medical treatment, to attend universities or work for companies that needed their talent and labor. All of these people were banned simply because of where they were born. It had nothing to do with what they had done or might be likely to do. It had nothing to do with a security profile. It was simply a wide dragnet that banned people based on their religion or where they were born. We helped a lot of travelers who were affected by this from other countries because of this culture, this anti-Muslim stigma that existed in security, and over 1,000 travelers were helped at O'Hare Airport by our program.
How do you think this impacts that stigma? Is there optimism?
I think it helps to move the needle on this stigma, but I think the culture at the airport in terms of security will need time to change, and we'll need more intentful action, more audits of what is happening. And I stood at the airport for 2 hours a few months ago and watched as almost every Muslim-looking person was taken to secondary screening versus everybody else. So we need to audit this in a numerical, empirical fashion and ensure that we don't have any discriminatory systems institutionalized in our security. It does not keep us safe. That is a false flag. It makes us feel safe, but it's discriminatory, it's unfair, and it doesn't make us an ounce safer.
Let's look to the future now. Now that President Biden lifted the ban, what is next, and what are some of the challenges that lie ahead?
We need to continue to work with all Americans of all backgrounds to ensure that they have a place at the table, that there is no stigma, as I mentioned, or discrimination, or any violations of their civil rights, whether it's African Americans or Latinos or Muslims or Asians or anybody of any background, of any affiliation, of any orientation. America is best when we work together for the sake of everyone, for the sake of our children and our future. And I think President Biden has ushered this new phase after the Trump administration, which was in the complete opposite direction. Make America great again meant make America white again for so many people, and it was a dog whistle of sorts. So we're hopeful, we're not naive, we're cautiously optimistic. We're going to need to unite the nation, but also ensure that we move forward unapologetically on a progressive agenda to ensure equality and dignity and respect for all.
All right. Well, for more information, head to CAIR-Chicago.org. Ahmed, thank you for joining us this morning. We'll certainly want to check back in with you at some point. Thank you again for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. How does it get